Hey love, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. I'm Shar Smith, creator and owner of Luminous Soul Love. Today we are asking Spirit, what do you need to know to move forward right now? So this is excuse me, for those of you who are experiencing feelings of being stuck and struggling with an emotional wound that you just want to move forward from, and trying to get some clarity on that for you. Please feel free to go ahead and comment below and let me know how this reading is resonating for you once we dive in and get to the nitty-gritty and semantics of it all. And just a heads up, you can also grab the Promise Journal to help you with your emotional healing, inner peace, and personal empowerment. Okay, the link will be available for you in the description box below. But if you have never heard of the Promise Journal, this is essentially going to help you heal from past trauma, process your emotions, and restore balance in both your personal life and business. So this is a digital spiritual tool that I've created designed to guide you through your emotional experiences and emotional wounds so that you can reclaim your power, find clarity, and actually create lasting peace, okay? Again, you can grab the Promise Journal using the link in the description box below. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go ahead and open the portal for this particular energetic reading. Take a moment and get comfortable and relax as best as possible. If you are driving or any type of activity such as that, please do be careful and use your own discernment. Obviously, you would probably need to pause this video and wait until you are home or in a place where you can sit down and actually enjoy the reading. But again, use your discernment, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and open the portal. All right, my love. So the style of this reading is actually going to be in a spiritual therapy session type ordeal instead of like pick a card. So essentially we are going to look at, again, what it is that you need to move forward right now to help you heal this emotional wound and actually begin to move forward with your life. And so this is going to be a reading or a collective reading to really unpack all of these elements dealing with the emotional wound that you are trying to get out of and move forward from and understand how to get stuck, okay? All right. All right, we've got meditation popping out already. So here we are. It says contemplation, peace, and communication. We've got surrender, trust your higher self. Actually put it on that side. And we've got the unknown. Okay. All right. So what do you need to know to move forward right now? So off rip, I can already tell you we've got sacred rest, retreat, balance, restore, which explains that meditation card there even further. And then we also have shadow work, forgiveness, and unconditional love. So there is a an emotional wound here where you haven't forgiven yourself, you haven't forgiven, and specifically this is forgiving yourself for what you didn't know or the actions that you had to take. Some of you, this is you just didn't know, you didn't have the insight or the information and or wisdom to help guide you in that moment, because the situation itself was for you to gain that wisdom, insight, and knowledge so that you would have it going forward. I know that's kind of difficult to stomach, but that's what that is and or was about. Then there are others of you that had to take a specific action, and part of you is regretting having to have had to take that action. Okay, understand that we are all doing the best that we can with what we have and what we know in the moment that things occur. This means that life is unfolding for us all, okay? And we're all operating from the perspective that we have been able to develop up to that point. So there's only so much that you can know or can do based off of your specific or unique perspective, especially in that moment. And so anytime that you have to take a specific action to secure your own well-being and safety, it's never something to feel regretful for, right? You may feel as though maybe there was a different option, or even learn that there was a different option or a better way later on down the line, but you can't beat yourself up, or I should say it's not supportive or helpful for you to beat yourself up or beat yourself down for something that you didn't know in the moment, or didn't have access to a resource or a tool or information that could have taken you a different path in the moment. You see what I'm saying? All right, one more card from this deck here, to see what we're anchored in, and we can go from there. That's the same card. Okay. We've got the card for patience, so inner peace and self-control, okay? So now, a spirit is asking you, off rip, to really sit with the experience that you have had, and instead of beating yourself up, instead of getting stuck in this pattern of what you shoulda, coulda, woulda have done, to instead focus on what you have learned in a more positive and supportive space, or from a more positive and supportive space, right? So it's about taking the information, because that's all this is, as tumultuous and challenging as it is in, emotionally, on an energetic level. The reason that we have emotion, or feel and experience emotion, is so that the information from the experience can physically be written on our hard drive and saved in the archives. It's just like a computer, right? And for us, in order to save data and information on the hard drive or on the system, emotion has to occur, because it's what helps you remember, what helps you translate and understand and dissect the information that you're taking in on an energetic level. For those of you who are like, what the hell are you talking about? It may be helpful for you to go and watch the series that I have on here, the video series that I have on here called Being Human. And it's going to teach you about how the process of emotions works, and what all happens when emotions are triggered, which are felt in the body, right? When emotions are triggered from the different stimuli in your environment. So this is the people, places, and things that you are around, that you are interacting with, engaging with, etc. Okay. Again, that is available on a playlist here on my YouTube channel. So once you're done watching this reading, go ahead and check that out. Okay. But yeah, so Spirit is asking for you to focus more so on the lesson and or the pattern that is present in that experience, versus allowing the emotional overwhelm of it all to consume you. Okay. So again, trust your higher self and surrender to the experience of it, but not the emotional overwhelm of it. Okay. There is a lot of things happening, or that have happened, that you're not aware of. You see how this owl is perched on the tree branch from an elevated position, right? So that they can see everything that's happening here. And it's pretty much, I just heard the word carnage. And so it's pretty much like you're looking at everything that has happened, but you're not seeing all the beauty, love, and abundance that there is to behold. Look at the back portion here of this card. The colors are so vibrant and full of life, and even interwoven, right? You see the lines there, how everything is connected. And so if you stay and you focus on the barren lands for too long, you miss the view right here in front of you. Okay. And an owl represents wisdom, right? You've got an owl here twice, And then you have 4 birds here, plus a butterfly or a moth. Excuse me, that's a moth, right? And so Spirit is really saying right now, your focus needs to be sitting with the experience from a perspective of what is this trying to teach me, show me, help me understand more about myself and what I specifically need to thrive, to feel safe, sane, and secure. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this aside and take a closer look at the emotional wound that is happening. Because right now, that's the mindset Spirit is asking you to be in. It's like, okay, I understand all of this stuff transpired and you feel some type of way, which is normal. It's completely, part of the human experience. And, right, there is more wisdom and experience and joy and love, abundance, happiness to be had here. Don't allow tomorrow to take up too much of today. Let's see, we've got vulnerability, right? What are you really feeling? Okay, so this already tells me that you are afraid to really face this emotion and dive into what you feel around this emotional wound because of what you think it may mean about you or what it's going to bring about within you. And I just heard a decision, right? So for a lot of you, this is going to push you to make a decision that you have been dreading having to make, but have been feeling intuitively that it's past due time for you to make. Okay. All right. Let's see. We've got sacred feminine, creation, receptive, nurture. A lot of you feel extremely stifled by this. We've got rebirth, metamorphosis, new beginnings. Yeah. Feel extremely stifled by this. A lot of cards coming in upside down. We've got gentleness, compassion, kindness, and soft. Okay. We've got nourish, feed your body, mind, and spirit. We've got seraphim, guardians, awakener. Wow. Purity. I promise I can talk, y'all. But yeah, a lot of you are feeling stifled by, look there, unconditional divine love in reverse. Okay. Wow. Right now, you're worried about the vulnerability of this from an individual standpoint, as in the perspective or the way that you see yourself, but also not having a safe space to be vulnerable. Like it's essentially this energy of having to constantly be on guard, having to constantly have your guard up, and it's almost like you don't have a moment to sit and breathe like you need to, right? And what this is trying to teach you is how to ground your energy and connect and find your anchor, so that regardless of where you are, what's going on, who's around, what you have to do or feel you have to do, or whatever the case may be, whatever chaos is happening, that you are able to find yourself as the eye of the storm, where there is always inner calm, right? Everything is happening and swirling and going on around you, but the calmest space in the storm is in the center, right? And that's what Spirit is trying to help you better understand. Now, this emotional wound in and of itself has a lot to do with not feeling supported, not feeling literally loved in the way that you have known that you have needed, have wanted to be loved, and have seen other people that you may or may not have been close to at one point in time in your life, have seen them be loved and have desired that experience for yourself. And so a lot of what's happening with this is keeping you, as you already know, stuck and unable to move forward because you're not able to see yourself as worthy of having that same experience, regardless of who people perceive you to be or what has happened to you in your past. Okay, so now the other card we have here is gentleness, and this is compassion, kindness, and soft are the words on there. Okay, the fact that it's upside down lets me know that it's very difficult for you to consider yourself first. And it's also very difficult for you to give yourself the love, compassion, and patience that you so readily give to everybody else, regardless of how badly they treat you. It's almost like when it comes to you, it's not an option. And Spirit is saying, no, you have to correct that. You absolutely have to correct that and begin to nourish yourself, right? We've got feed your body, your mind, and your spirit. But in order for you to be able to do that, you are going to have to learn how to understand, one, the difference between your emotions and your feelings. And I can tell you now, again, the Being Human series that I have here on my YouTube channel will help you tremendously with that. But in short, right, something to help you digest this message right now, your emotions are felt in the body. Okay, emotions are essentially your body making sense of the energetic information and stimuli coming from your environment. So the people, places, and things that you are around or engaging with, right? So for example, this light right here for this video, the light is sending my body information that triggers an emotion, right? It tells me that there's information necessary or that is available for my nervous system to decode and reconstruct so that my body can make sense of it, my nervous system can make sense of it. And it's usually in the form of the 5, technically 6 senses, right? So what you hear, taste, touch, see, smell, and of course your third eye, right? But we can see this light here, and that's information coming in from my environment, right? It could be something that you can smell. So you can't see it here, but I do have a candle on the other side of my workspace on a candle warmer. And so that scent and that fragrance is going on in my environment and triggering different emotions, right? So once the body has the emotions, right, the energy in motion in the environment, you then begin to have thoughts about what it is that you feel in your body, and your thoughts are cognitive, okay? Your thoughts are also often referred to as your feelings. Tell me how you feel, aka tell me what's on your mind, right? So when we start talking about the thoughts that you have about your emotions, that is cognitive. The thing about your thoughts, though, is that at some point, especially when they begin to repeat, they gain momentum, and then they begin to act as fuel for your manifestations. Because part of the manifestation formula is repetitive thought plus intentional action, right? So that's a story for another day. A course for another day. I have a course called Purge to Peace over on my website if you want access to that. I digress. The point is, Spirit is asking for you to learn how to nourish your body by building this self-awareness, by building this understanding of what it is that you energetically need to show up, to be present, and what you need to thrive and feel safe, sane, and secure, right? Regardless of who's around, what's going on, what's happening, etc., right? So then we have Seraphim, okay? Guardians, Awakener, Purity. Again, a call to self-discovery. You need, if you don't understand who you are, what your energetic needs are, you are going to constantly find yourself struggling with the different emotional wounds and knowing how to move forward and all the things, because you don't know what you need in order to move beyond or move forward from the emotional pain of it all. It's essentially about understanding what your energy, your body, your mind, your spirit needs to feel better. But you can't give that to yourself if you are failing or unwilling to diagnose the issue, the root cause of the problem, instead of treating the symptoms on the surface. Okay? All right, so let's take a look and see what the emotional baggage, or excuse me, not that one, we just did that one, what it is that you're supposed to be getting from this experience, right? Look there, we've got Ace of Wands. So this is already an opportunity for you to change your actions and behaviors and choose differently for yourself. We've got the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands here, okay? We've got the Pillar and the Hanged One, or the Hanged Man, okay? So the Pillar in this particular deck is referring to the Empress, and then of course the Hanged Man for the Hanged One, okay? Spirit is asking for you to legit, Spirit is asking for you to take this opportunity to begin choosing differently for yourself, because here again we have this nurturing energy with the Empress and the Nourish card here, right? Spirit is asking you to pay attention to what it is that you need. Give yourself the same attention and energy that you are so willing to give to everybody else, and learn how to pour back into yourself and shift this perspective that has been ingrained in you since childhood to be all the things to everybody else and nothing for yourself. We as women are taught this across the board in general in society anyway, and this is one hell of a one hell of a mind fuck, be honest with you, okay? But Spirit is asking for you to give yourself permission to choose differently for yourself, okay? What negative pattern are you not seeing? Let's see. We've got the Eight of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Chariot. So the pattern that you're not seeing is this behavior to bypass your own emotions and your own feelings. And Spirit is asking you to stop that. Why? Because it's causing way more chaos and problems and unhappiness in your life than is necessary, okay? Essentially, it's unnecessary suffering. And so Spirit is asking you to stop bypassing your own feelings and emotions and to start giving yourself time to process. Slow down enough to, bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups in reverse. Slow down so that you can figure out what it is that you want, what it is that makes you happy, what it is that is going to satisfy and fulfill you and support you in, look at there, Five of Wands, right? And help you navigate the conflict. Because if you continue to bypass your own emotions, you are going to continue to feel stuck. You are going to continue to feel like you are caged in. Look at there. Here again with nurturing yourself, the Queen of Coins, right? You cannot progress in the material world with money, with wealth, with your business, whatever it is that you are trying to grow and maintain and obtain for yourself and acquire for yourself in this material world, if you are not willing to tap into your own energetic needs and well-being. Like, there is no shortcut, there is no way around it. Like, you have to tap in, because if you don't, you create a space for people to manipulate you, right? You create a space to invite more chaos than you actually have to deal with, right? Because you can't control everything. The only thing that you have control over is yourself. But a lot of times we end up dealing with different people, places, and things in our personal life, in our relationships, our businesses, whatever, because we are refusing to slow down and check in with ourselves, to ask ourselves, hey, what does this feel like to me? What is the emotion I feel in my body? Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling nervous? Am I feeling happy? Do I feel calm? Do I feel safe? Right? Then what are my thoughts about this? Right? Like, You've got to take time to check in with yourself and pour into yourself so that you don't find yourself cased the fuck up, okay? You can't move forward or move on until you allow yourself to feel, okay? 9 of coins. Let's see. I'm going to pull some angel cards for you as well. Your guides want to, let's see. Look there. I'm like, I feel drawn to pull on the top of the deck. Okay. A lot of you feel as though you are not going to, there is no way out, but there actually is, okay? And some of you, we've got the Sun. We've got the 6 of Wands. And we've got the 10 of Swords, okay? So it's time to bring this pattern, this cycle to an end. It's time for you to get unstuck and move forward and allow yourself the peace and happiness and stability emotionally, right? That emotional stability and emotional balance that you so rightfully deserve and crave and know is out there. And understand that you are deserving too. It's out there for you too. Okay? Let's pull these angel cards and see what additional message your guides have for you. Let's see what guidance and support you have here. We've got Archangel Jophiel. So we've got joy, inspiration, and radiance. Okay. We've got Guru Ramadas. So we got spiritual practice, elevation, and humility. So a lot of you need to develop your spiritual practice for yourself and really get into a habit and routine. Routine doesn't necessarily always mean that it's done specifically every day, but it's done frequently enough for it to impact your thoughts, ideas, behaviors, inspirations for taking action, etc. In your daily life. So for some of you, this could be something simple like working out, right? And it doesn't have to be working out for hours on end. It could literally be a 5 to 10 minute walk. For others of you, I just heard crystals and saw the rose quartz crystal in my mind. I have like 2 or 3 of these, I believe. 1, 2, yeah, so 2 of these. One of them I keep here on my altar, and then the other one I keep on the mirror that's in my room. Story for a different day on how to use crystals for protection and guidance in the spiritual realm while you're sleeping and things of that nature. I digress, but some of you need to develop a spiritual practice for working with the crystal divas, or deva, excuse me, D-E-V-A. And I actually, now that I think about it, I actually have a training on how to pick the different crystals and what they mean and how to develop your own practice and stuff like that. I'll probably go ahead and update the shop to put that course in. I'll write a note to do so. 1 second. Okay, then we have Goddess Lakshmi, okay? So we have prosperity, beauty, and fortune, okay? So this is the spiritual guides that you have. I was like, I feel like 1 or 2 more want to pop out, so let's see. There we go. All right, so we have Mother Mary. We have conception, purity of heart, and faith. So for a lot of you, this is you, again, conceiving the idea and the notion that you are deserving of having a safe space to emote, to process your emotions, to go through your own process of emotions and understand what it is that you need, what boundaries and things of that nature you require going forward, and just how you feel in general, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Like, you need to start paying more attention to your body, okay? And then we also have Saint Bridget. So we've got passion, growth, and fire. Okay, so these are the spirit guides that are here helping you on this journey. Let me see and make sure. Am I being drawn to anything? Anything else? Okay, so right now Spirit is asking me to pull from the self-care deck. So 1 second while we do that. It's at the bottom of my pile here, so bear with me a second, I'll get it. All right, so the Sacred Self-Care Oracle, and this is just Spirit is wanting to give you a spot to start, to kind of help you kickstart things and you know, navigate creating a practice for yourself. I may do a post on that later as well, but your spiritual practice is of course personalized and personal to you. It doesn't have to look a specific way. It's just about paying attention to what it is. That's a lot of cards. Paying attention to what it is that your body needs, right? So tuning in. So look, we first and foremost have make an altar. Okay, so if you have not done so already, that's a place for you. A place that you can start, especially for those of you here in the collective that feel drawn to begin working with crystals, right? We have connect with the earth. So remember, I mentioned earlier going for a walk, right? You could find a safe trail where you stay or in your neighborhood that again is safe for you to walk. If you don't have one, you could always hold on, let me finish my other thought. So if you have a safe trail that you can walk, or a safe path near where you stay that you can walk, or at a park or something like that, Spirit is encouraging you to explore that as an option for a ritual or a routine that you can, you know, begin to develop for yourself to help you clear those free radicals and connect more with nature, with your inner voice and inner sense of calm and way of being. And then if you don't have access to a park or a trail, or it's not exactly safe around the area that you're in, another thing that I like to do is find nature documentaries to watch and connect with nature that way, okay? And then the last card here is family. So speaking with or spending time with a family member that you trust and feel safe around, that will not, that you know will not judge you, and will actually hold space for you to process your emotions. This is completely different from emotional dumping. We do not do that, okay? We don't just dump how we feel and our emotions and things of that nature onto other people for them to manage and deal with. No, processing your emotions is your responsibility. But people are able to hold space, a safe space for you to say whatever it is that you need to hear yourself say and process what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Think in terms of going to a therapist or meeting with your best friend and just kind of talking things out, but not dumping on other people, expecting for them to deal with the emotion for you, like it's your responsibility, okay? But that is another option that you have to begin your own ritual and or routine. So maybe you spend time with this family member and or friend or chosen family individual, right? Once a week or once a month or something like that. And you just kind of catch up and, you know, just have girl talk or guy talk, or, you know, support each other in that way to have a safe space. Bottom of the deck, we have soak in a bath. So for a lot of you, Spirit is asking you to create a ritual and routine around spiritual cleansing baths, okay? Or just plain out relaxing, right? And allowing yourself to create a space of ambiance. I'm hearing energetic ambiance, but essentially just giving yourself a space to relax and essentially how Andre 3000 saying that song, take off your cool, right? Like, let your walls down and allow yourself to be vulnerable without any expectation, comparison, or judgment for whatever may come up. Okay. All right, my love, that is it for our spiritual therapy session today, and for figuring out what it is that you need to know to move forward right now. We are going to go ahead and close out this reading. Again, you can find access to the Promise Journal below to help you with emotional healing, inner peace, and personal empowerment. Okay, the link will be available for you in the description box below. And this is just a journal that I created to help myself and others heal from past trauma, process your emotions, and learn how to restore balance in both your personal life and business. So if you are, struggling to heal your emotional wounds and feel free and break free from the past traumas and things that the emotional wound keeps bringing up for you, then this guide is going to help you through your emotional experiences so that you can reclaim your power, find clarity, and create lasting peace. Okay, so again, you can grab that journal. It's called the Promise Journal. You can grab that using the link in the description box below. All right, my love, it has been a phenomenal pleasure. May you always feel loved and supported along your path, know peace, and have the clarity that you seek. It has been a phenomenal pleasure. And with that, I release the energy of this reading. Have an amazing day. See you in the next video.